Hey, Elvis Guy here. Quick video. Today's video is about an article that came out in 1974 from the National Enquirer, and is one that Elvis was aware of, and it actually got him really upset. I want to show it to you here, but you know, in 1974, Elvis was getting ready to turn 40, and 74 was a kind of a turbulent year for Elvis as far as his medications, and some of his behavior was really erratic. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the headline and the story that really pissed Elvis off. So here we go. First of all, the date. You see it's November 19th, 1974. And I've got the full article here, but it reads, Elvis at 40, paunchy, depressed, and living in fear. So at this time, in 1974, his birthday is January 35, so he was getting ready to turn 40. And when Elvis saw this newspaper, or kind of a gossip magazine headline or cover page, cover story in the National Enquirer, for those of you overseas, this is like the original gossip kind of newspaper that kind of was exploited things, and they exaggerated, and they went for the you know, kind of gripping stories that would make people buy the particular issue. But let's read here. Middle age has put a paunchy role around rock and roll king Elvis Presley. Shown on a recent tour, Presley is plagued by an intense fear of being kidnapped or shot. Insiders reveal they couldn't believe the fatigued, depressed, and awful-looking Presley they saw. Exclusive story on the back page. And as you can see here, same date, but this is from inside the magazine, but it goes into, and you can freeze frame this, but rock and roll king Elvis Presley, his golden voice, long sideburns, and flashy style drove girls wild in the 50s, has become a paunchy, depressed, middle-aged man with an intense fear of being kidnapped or shot. So say insiders who revealed to the Enquirer that they couldn't believe the fatigued, depressed, and awful-looking Presley they saw on his recent tour. Elvis would tour... Well, I'm sorry. I'm trying to read this through my phone. Elvis will turn 40 in January. And you can see here, you can freeze frame this, but solitary confinement. He insisted that his guard sample his meals before he dared take a bite. A doctor was rushed by plane to examine the downcast singer when Elvis's father was shocked by his son's appearance. A music critic ridiculed the singer's bulging hangover waistline and by his mumbling delivery. And he admitted to one of his performances was the worst he had ever given just recently. So anyway, there you go. Paunchy Presley, looking like an overweight, middle-aged man. Elvis belts out a song during a recent 10-city tour. So there's Elvis, somewhere the latter part, middle to latter part of 1974. And like I said, you could freeze frame this and read it further. That appears to be the dragon suit, just like this one does. But there you go. This is the newspaper article that really had Elvis upset. And like I said, this is just kind of one of those gossip, drag your name, exaggerate publications that I think is still in existence. It kind of does the same thing now. But there it is. Elvis saw this, and kind of an unflattering photo of Elvis. You see his, what they're calling his gut there. And he does look kind of, in fact, I've never really seen this photo in normal print. Kind of a cool picture in a way. I don't know if they retouched it or what. But anyway, there it is. This is an article that, you know, starts to discuss some of the downfall that would eventually take Elvis all the way out. So, anyway, there you go. This was kind of the beginning of the end for Elvis, when it kind of was making public headlines that he was paunchy, depressed, possibly medicated, and living kind of like a hermit and doing odd things. Other than this article, I really didn't know he had taste testers, you know, Red or Sonny or Dave Hebler or whoever, tasting his food for him to make sure it wasn't poison. But, you know, like anything with the Inquirer, there's, you know, a lot of times a little hint of the truth, and they exaggerate the rest. So anyway, thanks for watching. Keep checking back on my channel. I will be listing or putting on new videos, new content, always Elvis related. So check back. Please subscribe, hit that little notification bell, and you will be alerted whenever I put on a new video. Once again, Elvis. At 40, paunchy, depressed, living in fear, worried he's going to be kidnapped or shot.